Well, what's our next song?
Well, we were going to do you a good old lonesome number Bill Monroe wrote with Hank Williams, and it's called Blue and Lonesome.
It's about as lonesome and blue as you can get right there.
Oh, yeah. As Alex would say, it's plumb pitiful.
Plumb mournful, too.
1, 2, 3. The lonesome sound of a train going by makes me want to stop and cry. I recall the day it took you away, 'cause I'm blue and I'm lonesome too. When I hear that whistle blow,
I want to pack my clothes and go.
the lonesome sound of a train going by makes me want to stop and cry. In the still of the night, in the pale moonlight, the winds they moan and cry. These lonesome blues I just can't lose. I'm blue and I'm lonesome too. When I hear that lonesome whistle blow,
Well, I'm gonna pack my clothes and go.
the lonesome side of a train going by makes me want to stop and cry. When I hear that whistle blow,
I'm gonna pack my clothes and go.
the lonesome side of a train going by makes me want to stop and cry. 'Cause I'm blue and I'm lonesome too. Oh, yeah. That's up there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, that was plumb pitiful for sure. No, I'm just kidding. No, if pitiful means awesome, that's good. Wyatt Ellis in Studio B with his band. Real deal, man. Real. I love it.
Thank you.
And I'm sitting there, my eyes are fixated on that mandolin. What sort of mandolin are you playing?
Oh, this is a Gibson mandolin. It's a pretty new one.
Pretty new.
It's
That's
good, yeah.
Mother of Pearl's beautiful there.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Alex, I got to give props for that falsetto right there, man.
Oh, thank you much. I'm not Bill, but I sure
No.
have listened to that recording a bunch of times.
I think he'd
It's
have
one
been
of my favorites.
He'd have been plumb proud of you on that. I
Well,
think.
thank you. That's a mighty good old number there. That goes back all the way, I guess, to the early '50s, right there.
It does.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's
Him
all-
and Hank might even have wrote that even before the early '50s. There, that's a dandy.
So you got a show tomorrow night at the Ramcat in Winston-Salem.
We do.
I was looking at your tour. You've got quite a few things listed, but everything's not all backed up together, which
No,
is
yeah.
it's a good thing.
Definitely.
How are you balancing touring and things and studio work with school and whatnot?
Yeah, I just do an online school, makes it pretty easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So it's sort of like homeschool, but you're doing all your stuff virtually.
Yes.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, when some of us were coming up, that was not an option. Technology is wonderful, especially if you have a blossoming music career, right?
Yeah.
In my notes, of course, I mentioned the Grand Ole Opry, which you got a standing ovation, by the way, which was noted.
Yeah.
But I also noted, and I made note of this because I remember reading about it a while back. You were invited to appear on Eric Clapton's Crossroad Guitar Festival.
Yes.
That already happened?
It did, yeah. Happened last year.
Yeah, last year. What was that like?
It was so awesome. Just getting to go out there and play with Dell and Sierra and Jerry Douglas and all those guys was pretty awesome.
A lot of legend at a show like that.
Definitely.
When you're talking about Eric Clapton, I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
And Eric has long shown us that he appreciates a good picker when he hears one.
Definitely, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they're playing a mandolin or a guitar or whatever.
No, I think I've even heard him take a break on Little Cabin Home on the Hill on the electric guitar.
I've seen Sam Bush do something like that before, too.
Yeah.
He's not scared of an electric guitar either. A lot of the guys from back in those days, from Clapton's, his contemporaries, like I remember seeing a picture of Tony Hicks from the Hollies, and he not only had a big collection of guitars, he also had a banjo and some other things. They, the guys who really love to play.
They do.
Now, and they also collect. How many mandolins do you own so far?
Oh, I've got a few. I've got a few, definitely.
Any you could tell a story about that has a little
story? Yeah, I actually have a mandolin that I sold a fishing boat to get, and it was Marty Stewart's old Lloyd Loar mandolin.
Get out.
Yeah.
That's a treasured one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And I bet it sounds terrific.
Definitely.
Yeah. Marty, I remember seeing him play when he wasn't much older than you are right now.
Yeah.
And same with Sierra Hull. I noticed she's someone that you've worked with some, too.
Yes.
I remember watching her when she was maybe a little younger than you, actually.
Maybe.
And it was crazy. I was like, man, when I was 11 years old, I was falling off my bike. And you guys are making, 11, 12, 14 years old. You're mastering an instrument. It's awesome.